All right, call meeting to order. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes. I remember that. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything pertinent or just, okay. Same with you, John, there's nothing,
Well, I had one question.
okay.
I had a complaint about parking in the green space. Is there any ordinance against it? I don't know. I couldn't find out. There wasn't
What green space?
this was up on Elms Avenue. Between the
Yep.
sidewalk and,
I'm not aware of any ordinance now. You know, I mean, when you park, you're supposed to have your vehicle off the road too, so. Okay, that's it for now. Okay. All right, so we have full minutes for 8:15, and I think there's only 3 of us that can vote on this.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed. All right, rail trail extension project, time waiver or cancel project. I briefly talked to you about this. I think the way I'm hearing it, you want project extension.
Yep. So I got notified from Bethany about this from Northwest Regional Planning, and she said someone from my agency of transportation was saying that our time waiver, the 20-year time waiver is going to expire.
Yep.
And I think it's in September 9th.
Okay. So
he suggested, well, either time waiver or cancel the project. So I think we're going to pay extension for the time
it's gonna
waiver.
cost us money for that, correct?
Yeah, we would have to pay back. He estimated roughly around $50,000. So while construction of the bridge would be like $60,000, which is also $300. So, but there's no guarantee we get the extension. We just have to fill out the application. Yeah. So it's just pretty much saying, let's just try to get the extension.
We have a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve it, to file for an extension. Yeah. Monday.
It's been seconded by Alan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passed. Update from the town administrator.
Let's see. So I'll start with. So this Friday, the parking lot agreement is due. So kind of finalizing that. And there's one thing I don't remember if I said this first time. I said there is a 20% match for it.
Okay.
I don't remember if I mentioned that when I first introduced it, but it's probably going to be you. Okay. So I'm just going to finalize that and just have the letter and writing up, and then I'll submit it. You have all the quotes.
Is that something that's going to be done this year?
No, it's for 80 for next year. It's for 2023.
So we can put that in.
So the email I sent out to you, I think it was Friday, all of you, about the housing by modernization grant. You reviewed that. I know Tim had ideas for it. I don't know if you have ideas for the board.
I honestly haven't had a chance to read it, so. What's your take on it?
Well, I think one of the bigger challenges in town right now is the whole housing thing. We got to get our arms around it.
I think this would be a huge opportunity for
This is a planning grant
Yeah.
related to housing, and I think we need to get a lot of clarification on what our responsibilities can be. You know, have a lot of trouble telling people how they have to live. And I'm not advocating for that. What I am saying is that we need to develop a program. I would suggest similar to what they do in St. Albans, where they have an annual inspection for all apartment properties, and it's paid for by the landlords, and of course they pass it on to the tenants and so forth, but that would be self-funding. You know, it wouldn't even take a lot of money. But if we can get this planning grant and have people that know how to point us in the correct direction, I think we all have thoughts about what housing is and what housing should be, and certainly we want to be recognized as at least the standard, if not exceeding the standard, across the board based on our zoning bylaws and what the state says is okay, what Section 8 is approved. I mean, I don't know what, I've gotten inspections for Section 8, and I know, we're filling cracks in sidewalks. It's that specific. And but if we get a planning grant for housing, I think it could go a long way in pointing us in the right direction.
I think that sounds good.
I know the state of Vermont doesn't do Section 8 inspections all the time.
Right.
And I do think it would be very beneficial for the town to have annual inspections. We can't tell people how to live, but we can certainly set standards for livability and condition of properties.
Would it be possible to do a copy of what St. Albans does, so we could, base something off of what they have?
I can look into that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have some
Public
policies.
policies,
Yeah, absolutely.
you can probably get them out.
And I do think a lot of we do have housing codes for the town of Richford.
Yes, we do.
But I think forced.
That's the thing.
Yes. Forced.
So you're saying like this group could also just enforce town.
There are housing ordinances, and they changed as long ago as the merger. Basically, is when they changed, I think. I don't know if they've changed since then. Okay, good. I don't know who, is that something that zoning did, or is that something that, Kim
Yeah, I
did?
believe it was 2017.
Okay, great, perfect.
Would you be able to get us a copy of the housing ordinances? I'd like to just take a peek at it.
It's, roofs don't leak.
I can think of probably
Running water.
a few places in this town that
I know quite a few. One's very near and dear to my heart.
yeah.
So is that when we move forward then, copy of housing ordinances, let's look up the state law construction and we go from there.
Yeah, and find out what that grant's all about, when it's due and what we have to.
It's due in November, we should have
Okay.
30. It covers a lot of things, that's why I sent it to going is. I can probably send an email, I can sign up for you.
No, I got it here, sure.
Yeah, it's pretty, I think it's pretty broad, so I think what you're proposing could,
All right.
so is that anything housing? Okay. So, the other day I was talking with Tim about an informational kiosk that
Well, maybe a little more.
at Northern Forest Canoe Trail. We wrote a grant for, I don't know how it started, but pretty much I emailed them, and it is in existence, and the highway crew has it somewhere.
For years.
Years?
Yeah, Scott accepted it.
Okay.
I don't know when.
Probably be a phone call to him and ask.
I bet it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
So we talked to, they talked to the team from the graphics to ask about it. That's when she said, Scott, pick it up from the highway department. But, so it's exists, we have it. It's supposed to go over the park,
Okay.
on the sidewalk there. So it was like, if you're looking at the overlook, it's supposed to be on the right side, close to the bench and like the fence. That's there. And it's supposed to be bolted there.
Yeah.
And Tim thought about this because they did the sidewalk along there.
They've been digging up the sidewalks. I said, whatever happened to this wayfinding kiosk? And
It's a very nice sign.
it's very nice. And Northern Forest Canoe Trail paid for it. We have to put it out. And they also have kids from the high school wrote the copy for the different sections of it. It's like, start your adventure here. And it talks about the Northern Forest Canoe Trail, bicycle trails in the area, the Missisquoi Rail Trail, talks about the long trail, how do you get there, Catamount cross-country skiing, both directions to JP, and but it's basically a recreational wayfinding. And there's supposed to be little areas on it where each of those organizations can put brochures on the rack, so it'll leaf on it. And it's got maps and those kinds of things.
Well,
It was designed to go up even before the furniture was over there. And how long has that furniture been there? A few years, right?
well, if we could, we probably should put it up on.
Yeah.
Right, so that's, I talked to the road foreman today about that. He said he didn't want to do anything to disturb the sidewalk they're putting in, but it's not going to be on their sidewalk. It's supposed to be on the overlook section of the sidewalk.
Make sure REAC's okay with it.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So we could, probably guess if it's up to you, but next steps would be finding it, which I think get a call to Scott.
Put our hands on it.
And then asking REAC about that. And then we go from there if you want, or if you guys want.
Well, maybe we can get a 2-for-1 deal. He's getting posts for the electronic sign. I don't know if they're gonna be metal or,
Do they have, like that we were talking about, we're describing like the whole post and everything for it? That's what I'm.
I think it's, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It was supposed to have feet on it, but we were gonna, time, it was, like I said, some years ago, because Larry passed from stairs on the mid. He was gonna do it, and he also did the fence there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, it'd be the same type of
Yeah, same
material. I mean, he was ready to do it when the fence went up. I can't just say it's embarrassing, but it's pretty embarrassing that we've had this piece, and I just mentioned it at the streetscaping thing the other day as a method of communication, and boy, it's kind of embarrassing, just like 20 years to get the right-of-ways for the rail trail.
Ollie,
Yes,
do you think you'd be able to track down that sign?
I can,
Okay.
I mean, I can also probably contact Scott first, because I'm sure he was one who took it. So he
Okay.
probably knew what it is
Okay.
first, but then I would say maybe just talk to Jason, because he was pretty adamant about it to me this morning, by not doing it.
Well, he didn't want to do it while they were doing the sidewalks.
Right, yeah, he didn't want to talk, yeah, but,
I figured if they're breaking up the sidewalks, when a better time than to do it then.
right. But, yeah, so it's up to you guys, if you want to just go with it, right?
Can we do a motion to this?
I'll make a motion to follow up with Scott, to see what the sign is, and to have Wally talk to Jason about putting the sign up.
We'll hear a second.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes.
Sherry and Tim with it. Yep. Alright. Next item. This is actually more for zoning. I'm filling out that permit application for the electric sign. As they construct the base for that. It's going to replace the old sign. So it's not really an addition or anything. It's more just kind of upgrading this wall.
Yeah, you still have, if you change the sign, you have to get a permit for it.
Right. Actually, on top of that, I forgot to take that form that you gave to me.
Oh, there's a hearing tomorrow night for St. Anne's Episcopal Church,
Yep.
but it's downplayed because now they're gonna change it into a private residence. So it wouldn't have as much effect if it was gonna be a, event center.
Right. What made them change their mind?
I don't know. First they told me they were gonna sell it.
Yeah.
Then they called back the next day, oh, we're gonna make it into a 2-bedroom house.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And that's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night at 7.
It's out the notice.
So, last week I was approached by a local business to do a community job fair. So I was wondering if that's something we could probably assemble, probably do it upstairs for a fall job fair. We could probably I guess my first thing would be to find other local businesses.
I was gonna say, there'd probably be plenty of local businesses.
Right. But, so I thought I'd just bring it to you guys and see how you felt about that.
That's great.
So we'll maybe like bring some, having like sandwiches or something up there for people to come. Like we do like remotes or something. That way, kind of people to show up.
Food brings people, that's really important.
Yeah.
But we don't have to
You
think
just
about
give
it
them
yet.
cookies and coffee and
Or something, yeah, something like that. We don't have
Coffee
to,
donuts.
but I would say first step is
Get
to
a
do
lot
it
more
more.
forward.
He was gonna say something like that, you knew.
What's that?
I said, I knew you were gonna say something like that, as soon as I you woke up.
So, okay with that, probably keep exploring that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely,
All right. So this is from Marissa. She sent out an email about the Harvest Fest, where asking about the bouncy house. She said that we're going to draft up a waiver for the bouncy house, so we can put it in injury or something. Probably won't, but
Aren't we covered up with our regular insurance?
Mhm.
I would think we are.
we are, when we had the Harvest Festival for
Oh,
the
but you know what?
Firemen's Association.
Is
included.
the Recreation Commission saying you're part of the town and everything?
Oh, right here, yeah, good question. I don't know.
So that's
I'll
what
ask
we need
about
to
that.
find out.
Right, yeah, so find out.
So if they're town sponsored, we're fine. If it's themselves and their individual organization that's just utilizing the park that day, then they'd have to get a waiver, or
If that makes sense.
we could act, I don't know, maybe put on our insurance company.
No, but, the Lions Club, a lot of times steps up and does.
Yeah, they do all kinds of
So we'd
stuff.
have to sponsor it.
They have to sponsor it, yeah. They've always done the horse and wagons and stuff like
But
that.
if a waiver's the solution, that's fine too.
Yeah,
I like little kids to print their names. Because they don't teach cursive anymore.
isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So you're saying Lions Club have to sponsor it, or?
Well,
no.
It's just way around things. If the town could do it and we needed sponsorship, we could go underneath the Lions Club, international.
So we'll just figure it out.
Or at least I'm talking about that.
Yep. And then, so just find out, probably doing it for that then. We're okay to do that? I think I'm on the last
That's October 2nd, right?
Yeah, October 2nd. Which we do, right?
Same time we do this job for local organizations.
Oh, 3-5 minutes.
I'm talking Lions Club and EG, or stuff like
So as well
Applications
as-
for all.
that.
So as well, yeah, okay, so as well as.
Just
okay.
job /
Mhm.
service.
So last thing, because I know Wally was inquiring about trash day. So Kylie's been looking at different places where it could maybe come out of the budget. So one would be like the holiday fund, could be some money there, and she was asking if the fire station would do a pancake breakfast, but she's heard in the past that it might not.
Pancake breakfast for what? Oh, it's something we discussed, I don't know.
You're not sure, okay. She was just wondering if that was something.
Yeah, I don't, breakfast was saying, that's what you're talking about, I don't know.
Oh, breakfast was the same.
Yeah, so, yeah. So that was something she was inquiring if you did or not.
We definitely will see what everyone's willing to do.
I would love to see that come back. I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, she also said that she'll look for more places for it, but that was one. I talked a lot about maybe doing a grant with the co-op, is that community grant, but they're really small, it's like $1,000. But that also means we have to wait, take time for them to meet, which is September 30th is the next time. So I mean, that takes time away. But that could be,
Just before we're in October or something.
right. I think so I looked it up, the last trash day was in October.
Okay.
So it could work, but you have to wait, and I don't know when you would send a check. But it could be risky if you do that, but it could be something you could explore. You have any thoughts on that, Wally?
I guess I'm not fully aware of how trash town is maintained. There's not a budget for that we can draw from either.
No, it's self-funded.
It's all dedicated to the budget.
Right, it's supposedly self-funded.
There's no, like, there's never a
No.
surplus there.
How much money are we talking about?
We're talking like under $2,000.
Yeah, it's
So-
$2,500.
What about the budget that we cleaned up the house down on Carter Street? That'd be the question. Is,
Yeah.
you know, is there anything gonna be left out of that?
For the amount of money, we probably should be
Just
able to
jump on
find
and
it
do it,
somewhere.
yeah. Just jump on and do it.
Yeah, we'll definitely find it. I would look forward to asking for support from other organizations.
There was donations, right?
Yeah, I know, so, and I think Levi was very instrumental in coordinating that, is that correct, Wally?
Yeah.
She met with Casella, she met with John Weatherby, she got, I can verify that we can get tires picked up or collected for free at the solid waste district.
Yeah, well, you get a number and then we can go from there to the local farmers. That when we brought, they ended up selling.
Yep.
Tires are the most expensive thing we bought.
Yeah, we gotta haul them over there, but they'll take them for free. Solid waste district.
Well, there's a limit.
I mean, I think,
It was supposed to be 100 last year. I don't know how many you're gonna get this year. But I think we exceeded the 100 and they didn't charge us either. So, at least that's what I'm told.
I know that the first time, that was the biggest item by far. We did get, last week we donate. So we had the pre-donations, and then we had donations, people that donate like they dropped off stuff, which most did. Some was nominal, some was very generous. So that's what helped fund the second. But the tires, the second time around, that was what really ate up the budget. First time we did, I think we had regular pay like 250 for the district, and then I think after that first day, we got an ice up on 50 the area farm. They agreed to take the other 150 that we had, so.
How do we have 400,000 I mean, that's ridiculous.
Cars.
What's that?
We got 4 or 5
I know it's 100 cars.
garages here in town. We have people that leave their own tires and they don't know how to get rid of them, or they don't have the ability to, or they know it's gonna cost them money.
Yeah. No, I know. We need to work out the details of it, but I
Yes.
think,
I think we
I
got.
for one am in support of moving forward on a trash day.
I agree.
And
Okay.
I'm
So
guessing,
planning, we'll find the money,
We'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll work on some donations and stuff.
Minimal.
Right, and I would suggest maybe around November 1st, right after Halloween. Got a lot of rubbish, a lot of, you know. That might be the best time.
The only thing I would say about that is the longer you wait, the colder it gets. And this is an outside thing.
Are we picking up garbage or getting a suntan?
Could be more. Yeah.
Whenever you think, it doesn't matter to me, I just think we need to do it. It was very well received and it looks good for the community.
All right. I think we can start talking about the meetings.
Yep.
Will you get in touch with the solid waste district?
Yeah, I got a meeting next week, I think. But I'll talk to him anyway, yeah.
I guess that brings Andy, you hinted at it, since we're talking trash. Do you have an update on the whether he's going to help with us?
I haven't heard anything from John. I drove by today thinking about it, so.
Dumpsters got it.
They got a trailer back up there with
Yeah,
some,
No.
yeah,
there's still stuff there.
so. I think of it, I'll stop in and try to talk to him at some point about it. Or if anyone else has the opportunity.
Yeah.
So one last quick thing I thought I was talking about. Kylie said there is a water and sewer rate training at the end of September that's free. So she was wondering if anybody wanted to attend.
Sewer rate training,
The water and sewer rate training, yeah.
what day?
I think she said September 28th. Confirm that.
You go for anything like that? No. Who puts it on?
Not formal. I mean, I have a lot of, I've worked a lot with the LCP.
The LCP,
And the
yeah.
state of Vermont. I never went to a full training.
Yeah.
Where's the training?
Please. She said it was. One terribly far away. We have to let her ask about that. I forgot what she said.
Give me some information.
Okay. That was good. And that's all I got.
Report. Wally, can you hear me? Okay.
We were able to hire somebody to fill in a vacant position, Tracy Jolly. He did have a CDL, so that was a good hire for us. Other than that, sidewalks, we prepped for winter, putting up sand, just the general stuff. I think Kylie was looking at the budget to see what kind of wiggle room there is. Thinking of maybe potentially adding another hire. Just something where we have nothing concrete, just seeing if it's doable. But that's just looking to preliminary phases. The only other thing I really have is I stop in periodically to town around. And the last time I was there, we drove home. We're very lucky, the staff that we do have, because they do so much of their own maintenance. Jason had the back end of one of the dump trucks for the fire, and was working on the brake drum and something else. Whereas if we had actually a different staff, that work and have to ship out, the cost is still up. So I mean, I am thankful for staff to have, that we can take back with those projects. Other than that, that's all I have.
And along Wally's point, it is Ricky Boy sending pictures of the work that they did at his property because they changed that culvert, and he was very impressed with how well they did that. So it was a very nice compliment on that.
Nice.
He
Make
actually,
sure you pass that along to them.
yeah, and I'll send you all the pictures of it.
Nice.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, Wally, they really are. And they're picking up anything, you know, it's like, that afternoon I stopped over and you were there, and I mentioned a couple of broken slats on a bench in the park, and Slim right away said, oh, I'm putting it on my list. We're gonna do it, we do everything for the town. So, and they do. I mean, it's,
They do from playground equipment,
Right.
right, for roads and highways and ditches, and
absolutely, they take care of an awful lot of things.
they do.
Okay.
But don't tell them that we're giving them more money. They can hire another guy.
I think they need one, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, building.
Not much here, a lot of new doorknob in the bathroom, new light, I had a custodian go down and give up a bathroom doorknob because they were locking themselves in and couldn't get unlocked from the outside, so I had to go down and get one to lock, unlock from the outside for kids and stuff. Had to give up a light for the hallway, the chandelier had knocked out. As soon as I get word he has that, gonna call them and have them come up and for us. The post office, the rocks are still on the ground because he's waiting for the machine to lift them up off the ground, put them up on the roof, it's kind of hold still till they get
He's
better.
carrying
Everything
one
else is
at a
done.
time up the stairs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fill your
Besides
pockets.
that, everything's done. There's a couple of people doing quotes, still waiting on them for the dock out behind the post office, along with, I believe Tim was gonna do it, a trench cross to fix the problem with the water hitting the cement and running into that back door and rotting it out. Besides removing all of that and putting all new in to level it right, we're gonna do a trench with another grate, kind of what's in the driveway over here, water will in, but offside, won't run into the building. Problem solved, door won't rot, and it seals the hole. Besides that, not a lot going on.
Water and sewer report. You want anything you want to bring to the table?
The only thing I'll mention is that, concerning the sewer line over out on Long Bridge, once we know what the numbers are, I talked to Kylie Douglas last week, I want to send one to this week, somebody, Phil Scott, somebody higher up, you know. There's absolutely no reason the town of Richford should bear the cost of this.
Yeah.
We put our sewer line across that brook in compliance with state standards. It's not our fault that bridge was installed improperly by the state with too small culvert. It washed out because the state made a mistake.
Their engineering.
It's their engineering. The fact that our sewer line was attached to the bridge that washed out wasn't our fault. And I don't think we should have had to pay for it. I know we were told initially that the state of Vermont wouldn't pay for it. I don't know how much effort went into fighting that, but I want to at least try to get the state to reimburse us for the cost of putting that new line across the road.
So you're thinking of drafting later?
I'm drafting a letter. I want to have invoices to go with it. Yeah. No, not right now. I'll certainly have everybody read the letter before I send it, but I don't want to just let this drop. I want to at least make an effort to get the state to reimburse us for a cost that is beared in the state. We did nothing wrong, and we're bearing the cost, and that just doesn't seem right.
Well, yeah, you may get some movement, I mean, we had budgeted 50,000 for it, but then they started all of this tank pumping nonsense and all that, and we were paying thousands and thousands of dollars for that, and that at a minimum, we should be compensated for. But I agree with you, I don't understand how we can be held accountable for their screw up.
So,
And it's the same project. We even sent an engineering design to them, and they said, no, it's too expensive, we won't approve it. And it's a state project, we can't do anything. And we have to pay for the engineered survey to be done for the temporary sewer line.
so we'll pick 2 or 3 people, and probably, I would think our representative should be one of them too, to
Yep.
this. I might know someone that, from the agency of transportation.
I'm even thinking of sending it to Full Scott.
No, but I think that's a great idea.
She had good luck working with him, it at least got somebody, he paid attention to it, followed up on it. And, it may not do any good, but I want to try.
No, I agree with it, and I'm glad you can do that. Honestly, I don't have time to sit down and raffle it like that.
I want to wait though till we get actual invoices to send it. You know, I don't want to just send a letter and say, we want some money.
Right.
I want a
Show this
specific
is
request.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Some of them have been paid already, not the original ones for the reconstruction, but all the Dillon's bills have been paid.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
want the
think so?
reconstruction.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, no
Oh.
question.
All of it, 5 total. Yep, makes sense.
I mean, yeah, they can refund us after the fact, we don't care when we get the money.
You know, I sent you a text a while back, and we discussed it, I'm gonna read it tonight, just so everyone's aware. This came from Jeremy, our water and sewer guy, who did interest in this. It says, good afternoon, Andy, I received a call from Mantry, looking for a letter of allocation on water and wastewater for the state permit. He's starting a cannabis growing operation in town. He would allegedly be using 100 to 1,000 gallons each water/wastewater per month. So the town can handle the demand easily. Is just a letter that he, as water commissioner or head of the board, would need to write to him. And it gives his telephone number if we need to. Doesn't he need a permit to
Who
do?
needs a license?
Yeah, so we can't go ahead and jump on this without having a license and a permit with this. And Michael and I have discussed this, but I don't keep everybody in what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely, no, you need a license to do it.
Okay. That's all I have for that.
And the state's backed up on the cultivation licenses. So when the retail stores open, they'll sell out and they won't have any.
So you're all aware anyway.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, thanks.
All right, that's all I have for water and sewer. Parks, playgrounds, and cemetery.
We'll give it to Listers to look at some stuff in some water related as well.
Okay.
About the extension going up Golf Course Road. And we need a new pumping station somewhere up there, I think.
Yeah.
And apparently, and I gotta get the exact dimensions of what the town property is by the hillside cemetery, but that mausoleum isn't used anymore.
Yeah,
It could be a building to house the water pumping station. You know, it's already there, it's solid, it doesn't leak, according to the town guys. I asked them about it, and I went and took a look at it. It's got basically a moss roof, so you don't know whether there's anything coming through or not, but I mean, it's about that big. But apparently nobody uses it anymore because the refrigeration, or it doesn't refrigerate properly. They just keep them at the funeral homes.
Right.
So, but that could be Slim tells me he thinks it's on town land. And if that was the case, you've got your building already and you don't have to, if it makes sense, I'm just saying.
You just have to make sure it meets all the requirements.
Right. But, so that's a cemetery issue. Everything else is going along fine. The parks and the playgrounds are great. And we're getting a lot of use. Annual Jewish function is next Sunday at the playground. So, and I went kayaks this morning. So, I mean, it's still getting a great deal of use there. Planning, and it's never too early, but if we're gonna have the skating rink at Diggs Park, and I know the Recreation Commission is looking to secure a trailer for a warming hut, and at the end of the year, we'll be able to load boards back in. The only question that I had was if we put higher boards on, we could sell advertising on
So about that, actually.
it. Okay, there we go.
I just reminded you of this. So they actually want using the old one now.
Okay.
Oh,
We talked
okay.
about this at the last meeting. They want to actually use the convention shed for one there. And then, so they want to use the funds to get the materials to build places for the skates.
Okay.
Store them.
What are they gonna do with all the stuff that's in
They want to
Kayaks.
move that to the basement post office.
I figured that was in there.
Well,
Huge down here.
good.
Who's they?
The
the
recreation.
Recreation Commission?
Yeah. That was, they wanted to shift. See if
That's
that was
fine.
something.
I think the
That way they
building,
could,
the building's in good shape.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of daylight coming through. A
Does it
little
need
bit of the
little-
walls.
Does it need a little work? Does it?
No, not really. It really doesn't. You know, I was actually sweeping it out today and wasn't a
Yep.
lot of wood chips or anything breaking off.
So potentially gonna use that for the warming shed?
that's what they proposed, so they can use the money to, heat it.
Would we
Hot engine.
insulate it?
Yeah, it could be
It
used.
could, it's just open studs inside of plywood on the outside.
So they thought the money for the fire and everything.
Okay.
Sure. And, okay, great. And the town guys moved it there. So, Wally, here's another job for the town guys.
Isn't it already where it needs to be or close to it?
No,
we
it,
use-
it would have to go next to the skating rink.
Where the skating rink is just what?
You could technically move the skating rink to that side of the play.
You got issues, you got the flagpoles there, you got,
Could be big.
some gardens, and the trees that are there, I don't know if it would fit right in and you'd have, you know, trees overhanging it.
I was gonna say after the
Yeah.
guy.
But anyway, you can do anything you want, it doesn't matter to me, I just, I'm happy that it's there. I think they should put higher boards and do some advertising on it. And, or if nothing else, get some banners on stakes or whatever. And I also talked to someone on the committee about scheduling some events there. I think you should have a Christmas event of some type. I think you could have a Valentine's Day event of some kind. But the biggest thing is going to be getting a crew of volunteers to maintain the ice surface, and shovel it when it snows. And
I think they did pretty good last year. Tim Myers was pretty
I know he did fantastic. And but
I was gonna bring up if we could keep the sidewalk play on where we could drive a truck around.
yeah, sure.
That'd be cool. There's a few times that we almost got stuck, but
Yeah, they're supposed to go down it with the sidewalk plow.
you need to go past, not
Yeah.
just keep the truck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you're probably going to have the tent, so if you can move it.
Yeah, yeah. He did, that's no job.
We'll put him in charge of the committee. Anything?
The only thing I would recommend is, I know the rec committee handed the money or whatever for the warming hut. but it had an intended purpose of why or doing that. So I would definitely encourage the rec committee to discuss maybe with the fundraisers what they're okay with. It's great that you're thinking outside the box, but I would encourage you to consult with people that took the effort to raise money.
Yeah, I can look into that.
I also think you should have an additional light on the gazebo, whichever side it's going to, because we're a long way from streetscaping planning, where you might have some lower walking lights or whatever, but,
Nice little LEDs like that.
oh yeah, yeah, it would be plenty, it wouldn't take much, and, make it more usable. I guess, you know, I like it there.
Yeah.
And I don't even skate anymore.
Okay. Should I move for Hartsville?
Yeah, sure.
Other business, the other thing I brought up to Michael is the fire department would like to do coin drop from 1 to 2 on the 10th of September. I don't know if there's a paperwork you can fill out or something. We almost told you the night before, and she said she'd take care of it.
Well,
I think she just brought it up at the beginning, and we're like, okay.
it's a consensus, so
Yeah,
I don't think it's a problem.
I think it's great, everything.
Any other business?
Yeah, harm bags at the library.
Oh, yes.
You have. I've had some really bad feedback about that. You
I'm sure
too?
you have. I mean, a lot of people don't feel that the library is the appropriate vehicle for distributing that stuff. Personally, I think the more places you have it available, the better. I don't think it's going to encourage additional drug activity. It may save some lives here, okay? But, I mean, Notch has been giving them out for years. You know, the exact same thing. And I know it's a medical facility and everything else. This is sponsored by Turning Point, okay? Why doesn't Turning Point make themselves available to distribute? How many days are they at that building? Does anybody know? Oh, okay, well,
Could I recommend, I feel like we should have local library, or the constituent of the library being present. I agree, I want to draw it up, so we're not blindsiding them, maybe ask them to come speak to it, maybe, was it Lisa Shepherd? Am I having that wrong, chair? Isn't she the one heading,
Turning Point, I don't know if she's the one heading Turning Point or not, or are you looking
I
for
thought,
some?
I thought she was the one who was bringing it to town.
I'm not sure who would bring Turning Point to town.
But then I'd like to see, the library, get the library slot on it. And maybe our two cities provide an alternative. Maybe those bags should be, available at the ambulance station.
What is in the bags? Fentanyl strips and Narcan?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we get on a race, and we
Yeah.
love
And
trucks.
it's, to me, that would make more sense. If there is an issue, maybe whatever, if there's an ambulance personnel there, and they need to help administer it, they'd be right there. I don't, I do have concerns as well about it being present at a library where kids are walking in and out freely.
I agree.
Well, so the thing is a 10-year-old can go to the library by themselves. Unsupervised by any adult. A 10-year-old grabbing that and doing something like that is probably not a very good thing, I'm thinking. And if they're any type of curious 10-year-old, they're probably gonna pick up a bag if nobody's watching. And it's in the entry area, right?
Yeah, it's not supervised distribution,
It's not
right?
supervised distribution. They say where it is, you walk in the front door, supposedly you can grab it. I'm not uncomfortable with my 10-year-old granddaughter going there
I'm
unsupervised.
I'm not comfortable with it being unsupervised, period.
Exactly.
I'm thinking that we could probably find an alternative
I'm
place.
thinking so too. I agree we should have them in town. I do not believe that's the right place.
And we get our sign up, if we could even place them at the station, with a call number or someone.
Yes,
Yeah.
something like that, or the Notch, a couple of medical places, not a
Yeah,
child's
Notch has
library.
them, they've been
An
giving them
adult
out for a long
library.
time.
Sorry, I just,
No, I agree. I don't know how they ended up there. That's more disturbing to me than anything else.
So,
well, one of the new highs is a lot of people are putting themselves to death, and then their buddies put Narcan to bring them back. That's the new high, so seriously, why are we putting that out there for them?
when I went to the last library meeting that they had, this was discussed a little bit, and Kathleen said they've had overdoses in the bathroom.
At the library.
Yes.
And
So-
if they're having overdoses, why aren't they calling the ambulance?
Yeah,
They should be rolling us.
Yeah, but we can, I think we can.
I mean, that would be,
That'd be a
Well, that's
liability on
why
the
the
town.
Yeah, it's
door lock
liability
came in.
within the library.
Yeah.
So we can wanna ask her, let me ask her, come to the next meeting.
Yeah.
Yes.
She can talk about that more, so she can go.
And I'm not sure what our, other than voicing our concerns, if we have any wherewithal to support some events other than voice our concerns and provide an alternative. So I think that now inviting them, having them present their case as to why, and here are our signs, probably the best first step.
Town of Richford owns the building. I
Yeah.
mean, we have the final say of what goes on in that
Mhm.
building.
And we support them with a budget.
And we support the
we
building,
do.
we take care of the
Yeah,
building.
I would say we would have a strong presence.
Yeah, oh, I agree totally in that regard. But I think strong arming is the best first step.
Oh, I agree.
No,
I
no.
agree, but I guess my point of view is it should have,
Came through us before it got put there,
exactly.
it's our building, we pay taxes on it, or we don't pay tax on it. We pay for maintenance on it.
I think go ahead and we'll invite him to the next meeting to talk about this. Do something, see if we can do something different.
That was great.
Okay. Other business?
I asked, somebody asked me, what they would need to do this year to put the cannabis back on the ballot.
We need
Do we need the petition again?
well, we did the petition before, it was let go, we voted it through last time because it wasn't time for the petition.
So can we vote for it now? We got plenty of time.
I would love to see a business in town, okay? But the voters,
They missed it by
voted.
10 points.
yeah, but it's
10
still,
people.
they lost twice. And I don't know, I mean, I would love to have it. I think it's,
I think it'd be good for the town, you know.
I-
You're not
I do
bringing
too.
you're not bringing the type of people are afraid you're bringing in people with money.
Are they looking to put it on the March town meeting ballot?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess my point of view is there's plenty of time between now and then. to
The
get a petition.
petition.
I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but that's my personal thought.
It's been voted down twice. I think it's very appropriate to ask them to do a petition.
Okay.
If that's it for that, any luck on police coverage, additional police coverage?
Waiting for Roger to give me a call back. I left him a message, there's some stuff going on. There's been some big stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, pretty much, I don't know the big details, but there's been a lot of big stuff going on. And I mean, they're definitely doing their hours plus more that they're not on the books for. Because of this big stuff, they're taking care of a lot. Conversations at my store, John's store, different places, is, yeah. I don't even know what it is. Yeah.
All right, any other?
Yeah, I'm good.
So we need a motion, we're gonna talk we want to go into executive to talk about a few things. There's not gonna be any votes,
No decisions, right?
it's personnel.
What are we using the executive session for?
Personnel?
Personnel, okay.
So.
Very good.
Motion to go into executive,
You got it.
Second.
all those in favor?
Right.
Aye.